Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to another stream, everyone. Good to see we've got a few viewers already. MB, Fraud, DevOps Guy Says, and Lex just popped in. Welcome. Good to see you guys again. Alrighty. Let me sit properly, first of all. Good to see you again. How's everyone doing? You're well? Big chillin'. What time is it for you, Fraud? Doing good. Love the setup in the back. The LEDs. Thanks, Dan. Thanks very much. Oh, loads popping in. Fatal, welcome, mate. Good to see you again. Julius, welcome back. Phil, Proton. I'm on the West Coast, so 6:30. Cool. You in Silicon Valley, Fraud? You work for Google? EST here, 9:30 p.m. Okay, cool. Portland, I work for a startup. Oh, very nice. I think Phil's in Portland, isn't he? I think. KubeCon at LA absolutely wiped me out. Way too much stimulation. I prefer the San Diego venue. What was it like? Was it good? What's going on here, Julius? What's this link you've sent here? Sec lists, defense in depth, Microsoft Way partly completely outdated, vulnerable open source components, shift with Windows 10 and 11. Nice. Curl and tar. Oh my god. Only 3,000 participants, much smaller because a lot of EU couldn't travel. Okay. So it was actually a physical event then. That's surprising. Matt James, welcome, mate. And virtual, much so. And virtual. Okay. How many virtual participants were there that they is that kind of information that's pushed out there? Is how many virtual participants there? 13,000 in the Slack. Okay, cool. Wow, that's quite a lot. Ratchem 1010, welcome, mate. That's a lot, 13,000. Wow. But even still, 3,000 on site as well is incredible. Yeah. Who else? Did anyone else in the chat go to KubeCon? Even remotely? All right. Yeah, that looks good, Julius. Those vulnerabilities don't look good. Sorry, don't look good at all. I missed it, but is it day one of HashiConf? Oh yeah, it is day one of HashiConf. That's right. Yeah. What day are we on here? It's Wednesday here. Is it day one of HashiConf? I thought it was tomorrow onwards. Maybe I'm misremembering. It wouldn't surprise me. I like it starts at like 2 o'clock in the morning for me. So it's yeah, not really possible for me to attend the live one. There is a pre-recorded one that's going to be going out as well for Oceanic. I was over here in the east or west, whichever way you go. But yeah, okay, cool. Right, let's go into popping over to the browser. We saw this last time, this uptime Kubernetes. It was mentioned by a few people, and Dan pointed out that this was something that he was playing with as well. And so what I wanted to do is actually just have a little look at it today, go over it, set it up on a remote VM, not permanently, it'll just be in a temporary Docker container, and then just set it up and have a play around. And I've obviously got Discord channels here, so I can set up webhooks and we can get it doing notifications and stuff. The only thing I couldn't really think about testing was how I can get it to go down. Test something that's down. I guess I could just make something up, couldn't I? Just put in an invalid URL, I guess. Or maybe does anyone know of any websites that can mimic being down? Like, is there any endpoints? You can watch the sessions later. Thanks for letting me know that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can watch them later. They're all recorded. And then they're rerunning everything again except for certain things for Oceanic later on. Sanctus Mesa, welcome. All right, let's have a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this inside. So we do have a live demo here, which is very, very nice. However, I think if we just set up our own, we can have a little play around, can't we? I mean, a local Python server, yeah, you could do. I wonder what would happen if we just put in a broken system now. All right, let's just go ahead and copy this because I've actually already ran these to confirm that it does work. As you can see here. Let's get this up and running. Right, okay. So we go, it's up and running. Let's forward this. I've cloned it over here as well. So this is the actual repository itself. So I've actually cloned that down. Not for any particular reason. I mean, I guess we can have a little play around with the code if you want to, for whatever reason, but I guess there's probably going to be no reason to actually do that. Let's have a look at what we've got. Yeah, okay. So now that that's up and running, what I can do, because I ran it in the background using Docker as my finger, because we ran it in the background, VS Code hasn't detected the port automatically. So I've got to go in and actually do a port forward to my local system over the SSH connection. So what I actually have here is Visual Studio Code using the remote SSH plugin. And that's remoted to vscode.mcrilly.com. It's just a light sail instance protected by obviously various security patches and implementations and SSH. And so my VS Code is SSH'd into that, and it essentially loads the VS Code server over on the instance, so that I can much more easily interact with that server from my VS Code. So that's all live and over there. And so all I'm actually going to be doing here is forwarding the port now to my local system. Now, normally, if you ran it and you didn't background the process, VS Code would see the port being opened by the application, and it would actually then do the forwarding for you. So, but because it's running in the background as a Docker container, it doesn't see it. So I'm going to manually say I want to forward port 3001 over to my local host 3001. So if we pop back over here, boom, it should come up. Now, as you can see, actually, I wonder if tell you what we'll do. We'll kill that for a second. And then we'll come back to code here. We'll leave that running. Shouldn't cause an issue, I don't think. Let's go to stop it. Let's stop it. Stop, and then we'll RM it. We'll kill it, and then we'll also sudo. Whoa. And then what I want to do, I want to RM. And I think it's called Kuma Data, I think. Uptime Kuma. Okay, so it's RM uptime -Kuma. The reason I'm going to do that is because I think what we'll do is we will create a new one. We'll create the uptime Kuma volume again, and then let's get that run going again. And because I just want to show you the brief startup setup process that actually triggered. So if I now come back here again, just confirm. Yeah, there we go. So I'll pop it back over here. You can see that this is the original sort of thing that pops up first. So username and password. So I'm not really gonna do anything overly complicated here because it's running on localhost. And this is what you get. This is what you get for the dashboard the first time round. So as you can see, if I just zero that, yeah, I might. No, actually, it's quite nice. Oh, it's at 115%. Let's just zoom that out. There we go. No, stop. What's going on? 100%. There we go. All right, cool. So this is just the basic sort of thing. If you go to the dashboard, you don't have any services configured. That's practically blinded me because I've gone from dark mode to light mode. This is the dashboard we've got selected here, and it does various settings as well that you can come in. You can set the theme. What's this? A theme, heartbeat bar, bottom, non-normal. You can set up notifications, which we'll do in just a second. Time zone, that's nice. It's automatically detected where I am. Search engine visibility, so you can discourage search engine from indexing the site. The default entry page is the status page. Primary base URL. That's really cool. Steam API key. For monitoring a Steam game server, you need a Steam web API. That's really, really nice. Let's have a look. What did Julia say? By the way, because of Uptime Kuma, I also found out what app arises. Can you link me to that, Julius? Is it Julius or Julio? I'm going to say Julio. Monitor history. Keep monitor history data for 180 days. That's pretty cool. That's a lot though if you're looking at like every 15 seconds, sort of like backwards and forwards. Current password, change the password, 2-factor authentication. Wow, that's really nice. Let's enable that. Let's have a look. Let's see if that actually works. Let's get that going. That's really nice because it means you can sort of almost make it a sort of public platform, right? Something I might actually do. Where the hell has that gone? Entertainment utilities? Is it a utility? Yeah. No. Oh my god, where's my authenticator gone? Can't find the app anywhere. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, try the Face ID again. Boop, boop, boop. We'll do an add other. We'll scan that code. Everyone's probably scanning the code now, so you can probably start telling me what my code is. The wolf of the office. 048233. Verify token. Token is valid. Save. Yes. That's really cool. All right, let's log out. How do I log out? I'm in settings, go to dashboard. You actually can't log out. That's interesting. What if I... am I missing something here? Let's have a look. Okay. In the bottom settings, right, okay. Yeah, good one, Julio. Thanks very much. All right, admin. Yeah, all right, cool. There it is. All right. Log in, remember. Nice. Okay, we can very pretty confident that works. Export backup. You can back up all monitors and all notifications into a JSON file. History and event data is not included. That's really cool. You can import a backup as well. Disable off, log out, and clear all statistics. All right, that's really nice. Let's head over to the dashboard and let's add in a simple web app that I have up and running. Don't go and visit it because it's pretty crap. We'll set this like let's go for every 25 seconds, so 4 times. No, actually, let's go 3 times. Yeah, let's go for 20 seconds. I think is the minimum you can do. So we have 3 times a minute. Ignore. We do upside down mode. 3 redirects. That's fine. Set up notifications. Let's do that. Let's use this let's use the DevOps channel integration because I've already got a webhook set up, which I use on my Stream Deck. So if I do a get, set up a notification, if I do a Discord webhook, give me a second. I'm going to hide that for a second. The bot name, Uptime Kuma, yeah, the default's fine. Let's just put it. Uptime Kuma. This is really impressive. Default enable. For every new monitor, this notification will be enabled by default. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a test. Woohoo, there it is. Awesome. Let's do a save. And then let's come down here and do a save. And then we can see that that's now showing as up. Very cool. We've got a few people here. So Ryan Smith says, hello everyone, I'm new here and I need to know the requirements to be DevOps profile. It's a pretty broad question, Rach. So we'll have to probably come back to that at some point. I can also see you've actually popped off the chat as well. So off the stream as well. So you're probably not going to get any of my responses anyway. Reminds me of this app raise. Push notifications that work with just about every platform. Woof. Yeah, that's right, Dan. That's what it is. It's woof. That was actually really funny. It would have been hilarious if someone had actually implemented that. What are the specs of your average load of your average computer? What was that, Lex? Okay, can you let's go to his question. Why does my my ZSH run so slow? It lags like 5 seconds after each command. Oh, that's not good. Are you able to sort of check out what could be going on in the background there? It's an interesting one. Let's have a look. Cool. All right. Well, let's put in. What happens if we put in find URL? I guess if we go to say, what happens if we go to google.com/ Blah, 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 blah. We just hit that every 20 seconds. Should be okay, I think. Guess we'll find out. Save that. So bad URL. Your service, bad URL, went down. Service name, bad URL. Service URL, google.com, blah, 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 blah. Time, error, request failed with status 404. That's really cool. That's really cool indeed. Does it lag with your plugins disabled? Yeah, I tested the speed app and I'm running Bash. It's much faster. I think it's the plugin. Runs laggy even with, yes, even with plugins disabled, it's laggy. What's your searches online been? Have they yielded anything so far? So look at the status page. Okay, so with the status page, I think you come in and you add monitors like that. And then you do save. And then you get this nice status page that you can show on like a dashboard or something. That's really cool. How does a pure platform like? And how does ZSA's pure perform like? Okay, that looks really, really nice. I really like that. And it's clear we can see that the down status here is working as requested again at 404. That's doing tests every, I don't know how often it sends notifications. I don't know if there's a rule on that. Settings, set up notifications. Let's edit this one. 1 second. Boop. Just because there's a secret key in there. Alerts, uptime Kuma default. It doesn't specify my Discord alert. Oh yeah. It doesn't specify, you can get this by server setting and create how often. It's not immediately obvious how often it actually is going to push it out. Your service bad URL went down. Dashboard, up, down. Yeah, bad super. That's really nice. I really, really like this. All right, I think it's pretty simple. I don't think there's anything more to it, is there really? So is there more we can try out and have a play around with? Required tools. It's based on Node. Really nice. Advanced installation. If you need more options or need to browse by a proxy. How to update. What's next? Our model requested issue. Milestones. And we got a project plan page as well. No due date 1.1. Okay, 100% complete. Last updated 1 day ago. Very cool. Oh, no open issues. So, okay, let's have a look at pending. Monitor checks, add header authentication for SSO, show favicam for service. Yeah, that would be quite nice. Badges. Oh, badges, yeah, okay. That requires an internet connection. My kids will break since we run upside Kuma behind a corporate proxy with no internet access. Why disable by default for all few requests? Interesting. Well, I think that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at the project plan. It's quite zoomed in, even for me. Add prefix to all environments. This guy's got it sorted. The main developer's really doing a great job here. What was that? Was that a Chrome extension? Oh yeah, it has a Chrome extension, doesn't it? I think it's even got mobile apps as well, actually. Doesn't it have mobile apps, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, I think I'm thinking of something else. There was something else recently that I was looking at that I was surprised to see it had mobile apps as well. All right, let's have a look. Not sure if it also have a few other options. TCP, HTTPS for keywords, including body text for response push. Yeah, right. Let's have a play around with that. Let's add a new monitor. So let's go to. Let's have a look. Let's search for that then. Let's see what happens if we add a new monitor in and we call it HTTPS keyword, friendly name, super wish lists, login page, keyword. All right, super wish lists, .com.au. All right, search pattern plain text. So is it just like that? I want you to do it more often than that. Set up notifications, save. Sure, okay, there we go. Interesting, so it's actually seeing it fine, so it's actually seeing that word, and I obviously can't even then, well, I guess I can edit it to say, hello world, and then see what happens. Well, there we go, we get an error. login keyword went down. But keyword 200 okay, but keyword is not found. That is really nice. I like how it can actually send out notification. It tells you that I can see the website, but I can't see the keyword. That's really nice. That's really nice. There's other types as well, as you say. TCP port, we can ping as well. Alrighty. I don't think I've got ping enabled on here, actually. So that's probably going to go down. Let's turn that off. Because I think we've... Oh, friendly name. Oh. People wish lists. Ping. Have a little look-see. I don't think ping's working. Actually, oh, it is working. Yeah, okay. That's all down. Okay, but keyword not found. Ping is up. Status page. So you can basically come into the status page and just start adding things in. So ping, login keyword, save. That's really friggin' nice. Might even be worth me doing a donation to this guy. The support for the by the support collectives, open collectives link here. Really nice. Love it. Edit page, Kumar. Go to dashboard. Bad URL, super wishlist login page, wishlist, ping. Very cool. What were the other monitoring types as well? TCP ping, DNS. That's interesting. So, oh wow, so we can actually just look for a particular DNS record. So it should be an A. Let's have a look. Cloudflare is the default. You can change the resolve at any time. Okay, select the type you want to monitor. So I want to monitor an A. Interesting. Friendly name DNS. So it'll just look for the record, make sure that it exists. Okay, so super wish lists, bad host name. So if I do bad.superwishlists.com.au, I know that doesn't exist. So I do an A record, that should fail. Oh, we'll probably get a notification. By the way, you're probably thinking of this one. That was it, Stapping. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, thanks, Julio. Regarding the mobile app, that was the one we were looking at. I remember this was one I think you pointed out as well. Stapping. And I was surprised to see that it had mobile apps. The mobile app is gorgeous. Well, if you say so. Stapping. So I wonder if this is more advanced than Uptime Kuma then. Definitely looks like it. The website application staffing automatically fetch the application and render a beautiful status picture. It certainly looks more mature. Certainly looks like it's been around. It's got more contributors, etc. I wonder if it's something that would be worth considering versus Kuma. I prefer Uptime Kuma for simplicity. It is pretty nice, isn't it? It's pretty simple. No requirements. Let's have a look. Lightweight and fast. Run on any server. Whether you're a Docker fanboy, okay. Custom SaaS styling, Slack email, Trello, more, incoming webhooks, create user-created notifiers, easy to use dashboard, run on Docker. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, that's, yeah. I mean, we can actually just go ahead and look at it now if we want to. That was not an issue. That should get automatically forward as well, that port. Could it not be in background? So let's have a look at this. Yep, there it is. I don't think that's gonna. Yes. Alrighty then. We can try this one out as well. Alright, let's go with SQLite, Postgres, MySQL. I like that it supports different databases as well. That's really nice. Send error reports. Okay. Status page name. Let's go super wish lists, description, wish lists. Yeah. Alright. Okay, it's really, really bad. We will only send email for major alerts. Okay. Alright, let's get this set up. Newsletter, thanks for major changes. Oh, I see. It's the email for them. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, screw that. Alright, admin. That's all done. Let's see how long this takes. Okay. It's a little bit slower. Definitely a little bit slower. Staffing GitHub. Online check less than a minute ago. Link to services, JSON users test. I see. Okay. GitHub issues, investigating, update resolved. Wow. So we can actually. Okay. Google, offline. Oh, I don't know, Julio. This is pretty nice. Staffing, GitHub, online. 86% uptime. What do you mean? The GitHub project. Is that implying that GitHub only has that? So it's been down at some point? That's a bit crazy. The UI is not as nice, but it certainly seems way more powerful. Dashboard. Oh. Well, it was in the dashboard. It was just on the front page. Right, I see. That's pretty nice. Total 7 services, 1,552 failures in the last 24 hours. This must be like is this like an example database or something that's created? So main services, linked services. Let's have a look at this one. This JSON user test. So it does HTTP service, linked service, permalink, public service. This service will be visible for everyone. Okay, check interval every 60 seconds. JSON placeholder, type of code, get, request timeout, authorization headers, expect a response. Okay, cool. I prefer to go, anyone know, For me, is I use Uptime for quick status page, since it will be the coworker of mine to add monitors and maintain it. Okay. Anyone know if 2FA built into Kuma is native to Kuma or a shared integration anyone can to the React apps? Good question, Dan. We can actually try and have a look at that, actually, if you wish. Let's just kill that. So the 2-factor, so let's have a look. We can try and work that out. Source, assets, components. It's based on Vue, not React. So let's have a look. Mfa Monitor, stage page, status, notifications. What's on the assets? Don't really know Vue all that well. Let's have a look at the app. So Vue, import start page from util frontend. Get time offset. We can have to see if we can find something to do with directly with the 2FA. If anyone who's more familiar with this wants to have a look, that would be great. Is native? Yeah, okay. I've got a feeling it's probably native. 2FA. Literally just 2FA. Okay. It's in server. Okay. Importing 2FA modules. So it requires a couple of things. Let's have a look. Oh, that's just stupid. That's all. You can see the SQL migration script at the top of the search results. Oh, okay. Okay, table for user status, 2FA secret, 2FA status. Yeah, but I think even if it's native, I think what Dan's asking is it a integration that is it a plugin, or has he coded it himself? I think is what is being asked. I think he's probably coded it himself. It does look like it's. He's got his 2FA dialog, big.js, 2FA label. That's all. Looks like localization. Oh, wow, that's a lot of localization right there. Settings.view. God, do I just give you the page? 2FA dialog.show. Okay, I think it's probably built in. I think it's probably native. 0 callback. Okay. TOTP verify. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like he uses this NOTP library. So it's using NOTP library based on the import at the top, which is here, and it uses 32. I think it's 32. It uses this here. That's for base 32 though, and then it uses NOTP for the actual code generation by the looks of it, the actual token. No problem, Dan. Hopefully that helped. Let's get back to looking at this other thing here. So, okay, verify SSL and notification, enable notifications to failures, update the service. Okay, let's head back to the dashboard. Services, users, username admin, that's obviously me. This is really nice. Oh, okay. Enable local assets. Customize your status pages. Oh, okay, yes. You can change the theme. Authentication. Okay, so you can use internal login, which is the default, but you can use GitHub, Google, Slack, and custom OAuth. That's really, really nice. I like that. Okay, you can import and export like you can with Kuma Upload. Configuration. For security reasons, all database credentials cannot be edited from this page. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, notify Slack, Discord, command. Just shell commands allow you to run a customized shell. That's really nice. So you can just basically run whatever shell command you want. So where does that run then? Does that run inside the Docker container? Guess it would, wouldn't it? So you'd obviously have to have an executable shell script inside the Docker container in order for that to execute. SMTP, Line, Notify, Telegram, Twilio, Webhook. Webhook pretty much opens up virtually everything, really. You can even use like, what's it called? Is it Zapper, is it that automation platform? So then you could just go off to anything you want. Mobile, push over, email, Amazon SNS, that's really nice. Zapier, that's it, Zapier. Variables, okay. You can insert dynamic fields within a notifier payload for some notifiers. Okay, service name ID, the name, the domain, the port, the downtime human, the uptime human. That's really nice. When it was last offline, when it was last online. Failure variables, ping time. That's really nice. I would say that it's a far more mature product, without any doubt. I'd say it's a way more mature product. A project, I should say. Linked services. I like these sort of like groups you can do as well. Private services, so on and so forth. So like, what does that one look like? What's it configured? At the minute, I'm using FreshPing. I just use this at the moment for monitoring SuperWish, and it's really nice. Does the job. It's free. It's used by quite a few big names here. Obviously, Starbucks. Everyone knows Starbucks are. And the freebies is really nice. I just get an email every week with a report, status report. If you look at the pricing on this. I'm not affiliated in any way, of course. So you get 50 checks, cannot add more checks. So you get 50 checks at 1 minute intervals, monitoring from 10 global locations, 5 public status pages, 10 users, 6 month data retention, 5 integrations. You get HTTP, HTTPS, ICMP, TCP, UDP, DNS, pause checks. I can integrate with Zapier, webhooks, fresh status. That's pretty darn good, to be honest with you. Like that's pretty insane. The $11 a month one only takes you up to, can add more checks, can only take you up to 60, gives you 60 checks. Is that on top of the 50? You get more integrations, more users, check response time. I feel like the gap between the free and the Blossom isn't really worth it. I feel like they should really reduce that free tier if they want to kind of entice you over here. But oh well, their business. But yeah, no, I found this to be really, really nice. That just ticks along, monitors it for me, and I get notifications via email when it goes down. So, but I'm really considering self-hosting this Stapping, because we're going to be doing an EKS cluster for production workloads, so that we can then share the implementation of that. Right, we're at 12:05, and actually, speaking of which, I wanted to have a look at. So that's really nice. I'm going to keep those up. I'm going to go over to EKSCTL. Alrighty, let's get rid of that. Sorry, I'm now just in VS Code. I'm just going to change. Oh, I see. Okay. We'll go to Ops Factory. Service management. No, that's not it. What's going on here? Ops Factory EKS cluster. Yes, let's open up. What is going on here? Yeah, I want to open up that folder. There we go. All right. Does anyone have any questions at this point while I play around here? The editor cannot be opened due to unavailable resource. Try again. Try again. Try again. Try again. Oh, I see what it means. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. EKS cluster infrastructure. Ah, I know where I was at here. I couldn't. EKS infrastructure cluster.yaml. Delete. Yeah, okay, so originally I was going to do the, oh yeah, let's have a look at the Apprise thing. I was originally going to do the cluster, the Terraform configuration for the cluster here. But what I ended up going with was moving that outside of here, building up an AWS organization structure, and then building up an account for the super wishlist dev or super wishlist. And then I was going to come back and then use this to then set up the cluster. So what I need to now do is go to, let me pop back over to the browser and then go back over here just because I need to look something up. Okay. Yes. All right. That's fine. Let's just make sure that doesn't pop up again. Yeah, that's all fine. So what I need now is to create the cluster in that specific account. So I just need to know creating and managing clusters. Yes. Now we can create clusters, register non-use clusters app, customizing kubelet configuration, watchdog, enabling ECR. I just need to know how I go about getting the, there's the IAM here, minimum IAM policies. That's good to know that they've got that because I'm going to need that. Clusters. Creating and managing clusters. Let's have a look at what we've got over here. So we've got a create cluster. It's probably, I need to work out a way being able to show these two things to you guys so that when I move over to the VS Code, it sort of just does it. That'd be really nice actually if I could get it to focus on a particular window. Eks Create Cluster. Let's go to EKS environments. Oh yeah, dev and then EKS. Okay. EKS CTL create cluster-h. I needed to use a specific profile, AWS profile. So I'm just going to go through here now. AWS region, zones. It should just be -- profile or something like that, probably, or AWS profile. Initial no group flags, cluster and no group configuration. Bring you over here. Network instance, AWS client -- profile. I thought that's all it would be. Okay. So if we go cluster -- profile super wish list, we'll see if we run into any issues. We haven't so far run into any issues. Okay, so it's able to create a CloudFormation stack there. So that's going to tick away and run. While that's doing it, because it does actually take about 15 minutes, we're going to have a look at this Apprise. Yep. Boom. Did I have the page? Oh no, it didn't. I thought I had it loaded. Okay, let's have a look. Apprise to inform or tell someone. Apprise to make one aware of something. Apprise allows you to send a notification to almost all of the most popular notification services available to us today, such as Telegram, Discord, Slack, Amazon, SNS, and Gotify. Wanting library to rule them all. It's definitely woof. They've stolen the idea from Ryan, which is most unfortunate. Developers who wish to provide supported notification platforms. Okay. Okay, Boxcar, Discord, that's a lot. It can do Home Assistant. That's pretty impressive. IFTTT, wow. Okay. Do you use this, Julio? Aside from Apprise, the other tool I wonder if you've seen it, is Fastlane. You're thinking of using it. Let's have a look at Fastlane. Probably just going to get pictures of motorways now. There we go. App automation done right. I assume it's this one. App automation done right. The easiest way to build and release mobile apps. Fastlane handles tedious tasks so you don't have to. Is it this one? Yeah, it is this one. Okay. Automate your development and release process. So automatic screenshots, automatically generate localized screenshots for the App Store. Either distribute data builds. I don't do any mobile app development at all. Is this something you do? I know you do a lot of programming, but I wasn't aware that you were doing any sort of like mobile app development. What are you developing at the moment? Hey Dan, welcome to the stream, mate. Dan Manners in the house. Localized store screenshot minutes. Distribute beta builds. Interesting. You can do iOS and Android. Push your app. So push of a button, automatic code signing for iOS. Excellent. Used to, but the beauty of this one is it allows you to find test flight app store deployment using CI/CD syntax via Fastlane plus Ruby. That's pretty nice. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Then it's going to build number, build your app. Yeah, wow, I see what you mean. Okay. So you can sort of just write out this Ruby file to define the CI/CD process essentially, and it just does it. That's really nice. Yeah, I must admit, I don't really like Ruby personally myself, but that's pretty fancy. Okay, well, there you go. Love it. Let's go back to the insane amount of services that Apprise actually supports. Matrix, Man and Mouse, Microsoft Teams, Token A, Token B, Token C. Oh, I see. Yeah, MQTT, Nextcloud. Wow. Okay, Office 365. Okay. OneSignal, OpsGenie. I've heard of OpsGenie. Popcorn Notify. Nope, never heard of them. PushJet, Push. So many services. Wow. Reddit. What do you mean? Does it send like a... Does it just post? Does it post to a subreddit or something? Secret, name, description, URL, redirect, developers, app ID. Yeah, okay. Parameter breakdown, app, the Reddit user ID associated with one of the developers attached to your application to generate pass, kind, not safe for workflow, resubmit, spoiler. Okay, yeah, it's going to push you to a, I think that's probably going to create a post. Wow. Okay. That's pretty impressive. Rocket Chat, SendGrid, Slack, obviously. Imagine if it had all these services and it didn't have Slack. Huh? That'd be pretty funny, actually. That's a lot. SMS, notification support. Okay. SNS. Okay. Desktop notification support. Wow. Okay. New DBoss notifications. That's pretty impressive. Email support. Mail to. Custom notifications. Oof. Send a notification to as many services as you want as you can, easily chain one after another. Dash feature provides some additional verbosity. Yeah. Configuration files. Oh, I see. Hang on. No one wants to put their credentials out for everyone to see in the command line. The problem Appraise also supports configuration files. Okay. Yeah. Config. Yeah. Okay. Attaching files. So you just run this, basically. Developers to send notifications from within your app, just do the following: import Appraise. That makes sense. If it can be imported. If it's Python, it can just obviously probably be imported as a package. So that definitely makes sense. Configuration files. Developers need access to configuration files too, so you can do add. That's really nice. That's a really well thought out library. Attaching files. That's pretty mental. That's a pretty well thought out library and piece of software. I guess the stream's been about notifications, and I think we've got a lot of options going here. Let's go over what we've actually looked at. So we've essentially had a play around with Uptime Kumar, which is actually now failing. I think, did I close it? I must have closed it. Oh yeah, I rejiggled my my VS Code when I changed directory, so the Docker container would have been, no, the port forward would have been killed, but the container will actually still be running. Get rid of that, that's fine. And then we've got this stat ping, which is really nice. We've got the dashboard running here. That's probably also dead now, I think. Yeah, it's probably going to struggle to get these here. Settings, themes. This is probably the front end actually just sat there working because obviously it's cached. Yeah, it's separate from the thing. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We looked at Fresh Ping, which is what I use at the moment. It's completely free of charge. I just signed up. I did a couple of integrations in, and off that went. I'm going to investigate this. That's probably still going in the background here, actually. Where is my thingy gone? No, I have errors. Okay, let's have a look. So create and cancel, rollback in progress, fetching stack. Okay, so couldn't create an EIP/create resource creation failed. It's probably access denied. Yeah, the user not authorized to perform IAM create role. Okay, cool. So I'm going to revisit that and come back to that EKS stuff. And then in the next stream, I'm going to get that cluster up and running. And then in that cluster, I'm going to run either Uptime Kuma or StatPing. And then we're going to get that going. And I'm going to use that to then monitor superwishlist.com.au. And then a future project on the stream. The stream is going to be about getting superwishlist.com.au over then into that cluster. We're probably going to dehead it as well. I'm going to twist the head off it like that. And we're going to strip out the, and I probably need your help for this as well, Julio, but I'm going to pop off, it's based on Go, but I'm going to make it headless, make it just a REST API. I might look at GraphQL. Would you recommend GraphQL, Julio? Is that something that you've written anything for? A few people that have used GraphQL seem to absolutely love it. They seem to absolutely love it. But I'm not sure. And then they use these generators as well, which you can do with that other open API initiative. You can generate all the stubs for all your clients and things, but I don't really like that. Depends on if you're doing heavy CRUD. It is CRUD based. It's a pure CRUD app. It's you create a list, you add items to the list, people can comment on the list. They can mark it as being bought. They can delete items, edit the item. It's very heavy. It's a really basic bog standard application. It's nothing overly heavy, but it is essentially just, I want it to become an API, and then I want to write the front end in Svelte, which is what I'll be doing on the stream, and then we'll get all that deployed to CDNs and stuff. OPM is nice, however, it also depends on target language, since it has different maturity per language. It'll be Go. So we go on the back end, and it'll be Svelte on the front end. So I don't know if OpenAPI has Svelte support. It probably does, but I don't really like the idea of generating code. I like to understand everything that's going into it, just in case I need to debug it. Failed to create cluster super as dev. So did that actually roll back? To clean up resources, run. All right, well, I'll run that. I just need to clean up these resources. Give me a second, guys. Let's have a look. Access denied exception. All right. Oh, yeah. Profile. I'm just going to go with a cluster. Okay, it's been deleted. That's fine. Let's have a look. So open is nice. How it depends on the target language. Yeah, so Go on the back end and Svelte on the front end is what I'll be looking at. But that's going to be the next few streams, is going to be looking at migrating Super Wishlist over to an EKS cluster, as well as also all the underlying AWS around the actual cluster itself. So all the EKS configuration, all the Terraform around the AWS organization, SCP policies, and then looking at the actual everything that was necessary to get EKS up and running. So the IAM permissions I'm going to have to do here for this user, or rather the IAM stuff I'm going to put in place to allow my non-privileged user in that specific account to be able to use those roles so that I can actually create the cluster, which is what we're going to need. That's, again, no, I don't need to do that. That's fine. All right, cool. So I think that's where the stream is going to go. Is that going to be something that's going to interest you lovely people? That's something that could be useful. I'm hoping it will be. I'm hoping to build a production grade application up there in EKS in AWS or based on Terraform, so that we can then use it as an educational resource for other people. And we can use it to basically demonstrate something that's running, that's live, that's got a live website on it, etc. And I think it would be ideal to then be able to build on top of that. For example, Lex has just said, I'd like to see GitOps examples, please. So exactly right. I agree, Lex. So what we're going to do is once the EKS cluster is up and running, the first thing we're going to do is get Flux going. And we're going to use Flux to implement GitOps. And so it'll be get the cluster going, install Flux, get it looking at a repository, and then work on the cycle of updating manifests inside that repository to get Flux to pull them in and operate on them. So that's going to be great. Let's have a look. So Dan says, let me know if I can help with that. Happy to help with GitOps or Terraform. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that much. Yeah, I'll probably write out the Terraform code. There's the high and back end office stuff, which has to be right private for security reasons, but I will do the front end stuff as I'll try and work out what I can do transparently. And then that'll be in a public repository. So I'll work that out, Dan. And then, of course, I can throw pull requests your way. You can help me out with that. I think the other thing that is more rare in terms of tutorial is showing how does a proper service aggregation API gateway should be implemented in Kube. What do you mean? I think the other thing that is more rare in terms of tutorial is showing how does a proper service aggregation should be implemented in Kube. Service aggregation? Could you expand on that just a little bit for me? Just a little bit. API gateway. So you mean, how do you get API gateway to talk to services on the cluster? Like how are commons use API gateway to control auth in front of services? Right, okay. I can definitely give that a try. It's not something I've ever done, but I can try it. So that, would you want to look at Cognito as well? So API gateway plugged into Cognito for user control. And then once that auth's handled, it then talks to the backend service. So you're offloading the authentication and the front end of the service running on the cluster to API gateway and Cognito, and then it then talks. By the way, context, I mean API gateway as a term, not as an AWS product, right? Okay, yeah, that's quite important that you clarified that, because API gateway is obviously a thing. Key cloak, what's that, Dan? What's key cloak? Key cloak. Oh, boom. Open source identity and access management for modern applications and services. Add authentication to applications and secure services with minimum fuss. No need to deal with storing users or authenticating users at all. Available out of the box. You'll even get advanced features such as user federation, identity brokering, and social login. For more details, go to About and Documentation. And don't forget to try Keycloak. It's easy by design. Okay, so look, single sign-on, LDAP, Active Directory, clustering for scalability and availability, standard protocols, social login, centralized management, etc. Okay, sponsored by Red Hat. Not sure about that, Dan. Sponsored by Red Hat. Soon, is it a Red Hat project? Are they going to take it over and destroy it and put $7,000 price tag in front of it? Let's have a look. Guides, getting started. Installation. Actually, let's go to... No, let's look at this actually. Keto is simple downloading and unzipping it. Reviews. Okay, so it's written in Java. That's fine. You can run on any operating system that runs Java. At least 512 MB, 1 gig disk. Okay. So does this... Okay. It's staying open source. Open source, IMA, very much like self-hostable Okta. Very nice one. Okay. So I'm trying to think how I'd integrate this into Super Wishlist then. So if it's got a Go-based backend, does that mean that if they hit login, do I send them to this server to then do the authentication? By the way, the reason I brought it up is because API Gateway, not in Amazon, is used for both control how API is being addressed, header auth, but also to add proxy stub APIs like Math. So yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense, Julia. Yeah, I understand where you're going now. Launching now. Should have a URL shortly. Thanks, Dan. I've got to pop off in like 7 minutes, but appreciate it. I can look at it when I come back. I just can't do it on stream. All right. Well, I mean, getting started. So should we try this? So with this, this would sit inside the cluster. And so try and go Keycloak, installing sample, installing on a server, starting a Keycloak server, creating the admin account, logging into the admin console. All right, very nice. Client scopes, clients roles, really nice. Okay, creating a realm and a user. This is really nice, Dan. You've found something really quite sweet here. Creating a user. Alrighty, can it handle user signups? Securing a sample application. Now that you have an admin account, a realm, and a user, you can use. Oh, it's definitely a beast. It's a full Okta. It really is, isn't it? Not used Okta that much. I have used it, but not that much. But it really is literally everything. Let's have a look. Okay, Wildfly. Okay, standalone JBoss. So it's an example application. But I kind of want to look at it from a, okay, what's it called? Keycloak. GoCloak. Okay, Golang Keycloak client. API, the package is based on Go Keycloak. For question, when was this last pushed to? 7 days ago. Okay, it's pretty active. Okay, installation. Create a new user. GoCloak.new mycool.keycloak instance. Context.background token. Login, admin, user, password, rename, user, go user, first name, last name, email enabled, username, create user. They're really nice. So Keycloak connects to LDAP to populate the user keys. I use it since the LDAP on our system is too slow for lookup keys. Yeah. Let's have a look. I've used Keycloak in conjunction with free IPA clusters. Keycloak is nice. Dan B says Keycloak's nice. Use it for allowing our users and smart card login. Wow, that's pretty cool. Would you have a design diagram document? May help get a sense of end-to-end infrastructure overview that we want to achieve. Oh, DevOps guys. Sorry, yeah. So you mean for the super wish list? Yeah, definitely. I'm in the process of creating the roadmap for what that looks like. So yeah, we will have a diagram. It's a great idea. Thank you. Inspect token. Okay, introspect token. So new client, background, login client. So is that interesting? Get client ID. Yeah, so you just talk to the server. Login OTP. I didn't want to click that. Log out public client, login client ID, client secret realm. Gives you a JWT back. So then you give, oh, okay, yeah, I see. So it's going to give you a JWT, which you're just going to stick in a cookie or something, send that back to the client. And then whenever any future request comes in, we check the JWT and then log in a client. So then can we, what was that? Get client, get token. JWT request, log out, log in, refresh token decode, get issue, get cert, get user info. Well, I'm basically looking to where I feed in the JWT, create user, update user, delete user, get client, have full auto implementation of token, get client scopes. All right, so it doesn't take a JWT somewhere, so I'm assuming that the JWT is going to include all of the scopes and stuff. So you're gonna have to pull it out yourself, and then you're gonna have to then pull those values out. Okay, that's cool. Access token expires in, refresh token. Nice. Okay. Yeah, this is looking good. I think this is what we'll use then. I think I'll pop that out into, I think I'll pop that on the cluster so it'll be Terraform to AWS organizations, process setup, that's done. Terraform to get everything needed for EKS, CTL, so they can create a cluster, use EKS to set up the cluster, get Flux in place so that we can do GitOps. And then once GitOps is in place, it will then be things like deploying this. Well, actually, it'll be deploying Uptime Kuma and snapping. We can deploy both. Why not? Let's just deploy both. We'll just have one notify and one not notify. And then we can get an idea over time of which is which. And then we just make them sort of publicly available. And then we can then look at a few of the streams will have to be based around reprogramming super wishlist and doing a bit of coding in order to test it, in order to get everything going. But I can also even take the existing super wishlist code, which is going to be embarrassing to have on stream, but we can get that up and going and we can get that talking to Keycloak and we can get that doing the authentication. So I can strip out the built-in authentication that I've been doing and replace it with Keycloak. Good idea. Thanks, Dan. Awesome. By the way, some important context. Keycloak is more akin for Cognito, Okta for SSO and API gateway product will be more of Nginx, Kong, and console. Yeah, the thing is I have, with Super Wishlist, I've just got this really simple rudimentary, you username and password comes in, I decrypt it, check the key, yeah, it works, give you a cookie, done. Simple as that. That's all I'm doing. It's really, really simple. So I'd want to rip that out in favor of something much more powerful inside of the cluster. So then I'd probably create Keycloak internally and then get Super Wishlist working with that. And then once Super Wishlist is working with that, then work on making Super Wishlist either headless or leaving it as is. I think I want to make it headless because I want to experiment with Svelte more. I've done a basic app in Svelte, but I want to experiment with Svelte more. And I also want to then go about having that extra additional sort of production grade quality setup in having the front end, which is obviously JS based. Talking to the API being delivered via CDN, I think that would be good to have in there as well. I need to, I see what you mean. By the way, I need to find an open source version of it, but AWS API Gateway, for example, allow directly using OpenAPI doc to create the API skill. And yeah, that's right. Yeah, they can use Swagger. You can use a Swagger spec or an OpenAPI spec, as it's now called, and it can create the entire API gateway for you. Yeah, you're correct. You can do that. I think that's why it was being recommended to me, and GraphQL as well was being recommended, because they were saying you can just define what it is you're looking for, and you can develop all server-side stubs, all the client-side stubs. And then you can, if you use API Gateway, you can pass that over and it just goes and it's all up and running, which is really, really nice. But I like to build things up. I like to understand what it is that I'm going to be maintaining, if that's a possibility. All right. Thanks very much. I'm going to pop off. I hope this has been entertaining and useful and insightful. It's certainly been great for me. I think uptime Kuma looks really, really good. I think Stapping looks really, really good. And I think that key cloak looks really, really good. So definitely going to be giving those three a try once the cluster is up and running. And AppPrize. Do you reckon I should use AppPrize? Get that in the app, maybe? Maybe I could use, let's have a think about this. What could we use AppPrize for? Why is that tab gone? It shouldn't have gone. Isn't that it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I've got the tab. I wonder what we could use it for, because it's written in Python, you see. No, it's not written in Python. Sorry, I'm confusing it. No, AppRize is the it's just the app that you run. Oh no, it is written in Python. No, it is the Python one. Yeah. Don't really have anything. It's not written in Python though. CLI to os.exec. Oh, now you're getting gross. That's just dirty, Julio. It's just dirty. os.exec. Come on. Welcome to Ruby. Yep. All right. Cool. Well, I think we've got a good plan for next week, at least looking at the basics. So, are there any questions? Thanks for all the great tool demos. No problem. My favorite was Kuma. Very clean and focused. I agree. It was really, really nice. It's a really, really nice interface indeed. But we'll be looking at that more in the future. All right. Thanks very much. I'll see you all later. Very nice.